everyone, and welcome to my second layout in this round of the For Love of Homemade Kits video series that I am doing with Hannah, Megan, Felicia, and Christina. So this paper that I'm taking the branding strip off of, I initially thought that this paper would be my background. I was determined it was going to be my background, and then I went to Indecision City and came back with this. So I'm going to use my white cardstock as my background instead. And these two papers from my kit, the yellow is from Pink Fresh Studio Life Noted, and the striped paper is from Simple Stories Life Documented Collection. So what I did was I cut this paper. The yellow one is cut at 6 by 10 and the stripy paper is cut at 3 by 10. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to outline all of my layers with my black soot distress marker from Tim Holtz. I'm using one of the prompts from Shamel Lane's new class design decisions in to help me kind of get started on this layout. I needed, I went to Indecision City. I was having a little bit of a hard time with this layout, so I needed an extra prompt, an extra push to kind of know where I was going with this. So here I am outlining those papers. I'm going to outline all of my papers with the same marker. Yes, it's a marker. That's right. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick a place for my journaling and my photos to live. So I decide that I am going to use this tag as my journaling. And from one of my 6 by 6 papers, I cut this little cut apart that looks like the metro station or a metro map from DC or from any big city. I guess maybe it's New York, I don't know, but we're going to use it to go with one of my pictures from Washington, D.C. And I don't know if I mentioned this before or not, but this layout is based on a prompt in Shamel Lane's new class, Design Decisions, which I've been taking and have been thoroughly enjoying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this ombre paper to back both of my photos and this little tag and cut apart sheet. And I start by deciding which end of the ombre paper I'm going to use, and I decide on the blue. I just like the way my pictures kind of popped off the blue better than off of the pinky red for this particular layout. And maybe another layout will do the red into the aqua, because I just love this ombre paper. It's gorgeous. It's from Close to My Heart, and when I bought it, I bought an entire pack of 25 of it. So I have lots and lots and lots of this paper to cut up and to use on many, many layouts to come. So I'm just evening out my two photos and then my tag and that little bit of embellishment in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and trim that up and continue to work on my design here. So what I did was I took a piece of green paper. This is one of the stripes from the striped paper that I used down the side. I cut a couple of blocks of color from that striped paper. So I have one little block that is green, one that's red, and one that's aqua. And those are going to make appearances on my layout in different areas of embellishment, starting with this green one above my photo here. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on my journaling and get the journaling on the paper where I want it. I'm going to put some of it on this tag, but then I'm also going to put some of it onto the bottom there below the photo. Now, my kit for this round did not include twine, but I can't have tags without twine. I can't. I don't know. It's like a thing. Call it OCD. Call it Scrapper's OCD. Tags must have twine. Or enamel dots, something. That hole just can't be naked. We can't have naked holes. So I took my twine, and I'm going to go ahead and put it into the tag there. And I'm going to work on these 3 areas of embellishments. And I'm going to start the 3 areas of embellishment with these solid colors of paper that I cut from the stripes. And again, I'm outlining all of my papers with my black pen. And if you're starting to get a little scared, and you're starting to think that my layout looks a little bit like primary school or a little bit like romper room, yeah, I kind of thought that too. And I'm going to fix it up here in a little bit. I definitely feel like there's just a little too much primary color going on, and we definitely need to add back in some graphic black and white elements so that it doesn't have that that grade school look, that kind of romper room look. So anyway, that's going to be the next part of our design and what we're going to work on next. And the way I'm going to do that and kind of break up a lot of this color is by stamping some images, which I will do in a second here, with one of the stamps from my kit. And here is the stamps that I'm going to choose. I'm going to pick some cameras. Hold on a second. First, no, I'm lost. I've lost myself in my layout. What am I doing? Oh, first of all, I chose to get this, I chose another cut apart sheet from the 6x6 pad. This is a Metro ticket, and I thought it went with the, it says Metro ticket on it, and I thought it went with the embellishment in the middle of the little map, and now I'm gonna get out my stamps. So I'm going to use one stamp from each of the packs that I chose for my kit, the camera stamp, and then the other pack of stamps I chose for my kit was from Felicity Jane, and there was this little outline of a circle that I thought would work really well. And so the reason I'm doing the stamping this way is because I really wanted more. These are pictures of my son in the big city, and I didn't like how the primary colors were giving it a grade school look. So I decided to pull in more of those urban black and white graphic stamps and graphic colors. And I thought that that would help the layout to look, to bring in more of that city feel. So in each one of these little clusters now, I'm going to place one of those little circles and also one of the cameras. Now, if you're thinking that the circles look bare, I'm going to fix that too. I'm going to add some embellishments to the inside of the circles. But that was just a way to break up some of the color that I had going on. Now you can see here that what I've done is I'm going to take some file tab stickers. These are from Shamel Lane's True Stories collection. They were part of my kit, and I'm going to add just these lighter, more pastel shades of just the colors I'm using throughout the layout, and then the cameras. I've also made another part to fit under the adventure that finishes off my title. So my title is going to be Adventure in DC. So the adventure part is from the thicker pack from Dear Lizzie Saturday, and then I just took a little bit of that yellow paper and I added some thickers that were part of my kit from Maggie Holmes Gather collection, and I made my title Adventure in DC. And then I'm going to go through to each of these clusters here, and as you can see, I've added a wooden button, also from, this is from Shamel's Go Now Go collection. And I thought that the wooden button, again, gave it more of an urban feel, added some more texture, added a different element to each of these clusters. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on these clusters now. I have a little bit of an open spot down in the bottom left that I really wanna fill in. And I'm gonna add these little folder tabs to each of my clusters as well. I really like these tabs. They add a little bit of a different shade of the same colors. So it's not quite as dark a blue, it's not quite as vibrant a yellow, and then it pulls in some of the pink that ended up being quite a little bit more prominent in my layout than I had initially imagined. So I went ahead and add those file tabs, and then I'm going to pull out some puffy stickers, and I'm going to add I'm going to add a puffy sticker to each cluster. There were 3 of these little like pie chart stickers, and I thought that they worked really well because they pulled in so many of the different colors that I had on my layout without adding a lot of bulk, and they were just really nice and sweet and really good. And down in that corner where I said there was that open space, I'm just going to go ahead and put 2 puffy stickers down there, one that kind of points to the second part of my title and also another one of the pie charts. And then each cluster is now going to get a puffy heart from Shamel's Go Now Go collection to help finish off those clusters. So there's a nice lots of visual triangles on this layout that pull your eye around and give your eye some motion. So I'm going to go ahead and use some staples on the puffy stickers because I love staples on puffy stickers. Now I'm going to finish it off with some splatters. This is the Shimmers color Mama Sings the Blues. So it's a nice pretty blue color, and I'm going to use it on and around my 3 different areas of embellishment, and that will finish this layout off. I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and I hope you will check in with Hannah, Felicia, Megan, and Christina and see what they have for you using their kits as well. Have a lovely day. Bye.